when I'm done speaking with whatever I say, I don't want to regret anything that I said, and I don't want anybody to comment saying, well, I believe you're wrong, because it's my opinion, it's how I feel inside. And what I'm thinking is, and what I'm saying to myself is, all of us, everybody that's 30 years old and older, we always like to say this generation sucks. We like to say this generation blows. We like to say this generation, they entitled to everything. We like to say, well, this generation, what is the hope for our future? Well, you need to ask yourself this. Instead of saying this generation is bad, why don't you look at yourself and say, you help to this generation to be who they are today. You. And I'm talking to everybody out there that have children. I'm talking to everybody out there that have someone that they help raised, including myself. I've done it. I'm guilty. I can sit here and I told my wife, I can tell her all the things I need for her to do. But what about the things that she needs for me to do that I don't do with the people we are help raising? And we don't do our job to 100% either. I always look at her and flaw and say, you don't do this and you don't do that. But I need to look at myself instead of preaching to other people and do what I say and stay doing it. Need to be consistent. That is what you need to understand. None of us are consistent. I'm never consistent. I'm going to tell y'all a story why I believe why we are the reason why this generation is the way they're going to where they're going. I'm going to tell you a little small story. It means nothing to y'all, but it means everything to me. Yesterday, which was Saturday, don't need a date, it don't matter. We were blessed to be able to get something that I wanted. And a long story short, we drove around a couple places. One place didn't have it. I went to the other place. They didn't have it. But the other place said this particular place had what I was looking for. So when I got there, mind you, the drive, it took us an hour to get there. So when we get there, it wasn't there. And when the man told me to my face that it's not here, sorry, that particular person didn't tell you the truth. It changed my whole attitude. It changed my whole aura about myself. It changed me so bad that I couldn't even think or function or even want to be around my own wife, because I was annoyed that I couldn't get what I wanted right now. And what I mean by that, if you guys understand the way I'm coming from right now, which you should be understanding where I'm going with this, we gave this generation the entitlement of right now. And I've just realized that to my fucking self, that I am just like the young generation. I want it now. I am entitled, and I want everything that everybody else have that is cost worthy. And for some reason, I don't even know why. It's just that's the way I am. I have so many flaws. I look at everybody else, but I do not look at myself. One thing I can tell you, I've seen this woman next to me has grown so much. And honestly, I'm not putting myself down, but it feels like I'm holding her back more from her potential than anything. And I know that may sound like I'm putting down myself, but it's really not. And I'm gonna tell you why. And she'll talk. I just have to get this out of my mind, because I forget things quickly. And I'm gonna tell you why. My wife, as long as I've known her, she hasn't been a complainer. She will talk about stuff that's hurting her inside. But I've always been a complainer. Always. I can also tell you that she has feelings for everyone. Even she don't even know you or whoever you are. She loves you. But I can tell you that I care about you, but I don't love you. But my wife sincerely loves you. And I'm not saying this to say I'm a bad person, because I truly believe I'm not. I believe we all have unworthy things and thoughts and problems about ourselves. I'm just revealing you mine. And it scares me to tell you who I be, but I'm just telling you the truth about who I am. I am a very ungrateful person. I am not too much thoughtful. Like, I'm not thoughtful even for my own wife. There's things that I think of, but I don't get them. I forget or whatever. And Think about this for a moment. I have a 21-year-old young man that stays with me, and I have a 19-year-old young girl that will be someday a woman. And they live with me and my wife. It's my job to raise him as a man. And I'm here to tell you, I don't do that. And I don't do that because when I come home, I realize I complain a lot about my job, which I should be grateful that I have one. And I know some of you that watch this now or even in the future and say, man, it's okay to do that. No, it's not. You know why it's not okay? Because you're teaching whoever's watching you the same attitude, the same morale, the same thing that you have in you, you're passing it on. So it goes from generation to generation to generation. That means it never stops. The only way you want something to stop is through you. You have to change yourself first to change your predicament. I'm not saying every predicament will be the same or outcome, but I know for me, I am spoiled. I want it now. I want better everything. And I feel as though that I deserve it. And why should I deserve it? I don't deserve anything. I don't deserve it because I haven't earned it. You have to earn it. And I'm telling you guys, I'm just being straight up with you. I'm being as calm and I'm being collective, and I'm trying to make my words as clean and clear as I can. And I just want you guys to just think about that. Just think about how you act on an everyday basis. I'm not talking about those days you're smiling. I'm not talking about those days that you're happy. I'm not talking about those days that you're giving. I'm talking about those days that you slip up and say these ridiculous curse words or these ridiculous outbursts or your attitude or whatever you do that's unlikely, but you do it all the time. And you have that 7-year-old, you have that 10-year-old, you have that 15-year-old, but you say in the back of your mind, I don't know why the hell she act like that. Or I don't know why the hell I will knock this boy out. You know why they act like that? Because of you. And that's what you don't want to say to yourself. You have to realize that your generation that you helped grow, you did it. Blame yourself before you blame anybody else. Because today, I'm blaming myself. I blame myself for the things that I did. I can't blame nobody else but me. And if you want that child to be different, you be different. That's the only way you can do it. It's going to be hell. It ain't going to happen right away, and that's another thing. And I'm going to say this, and then my wife can go from there, and then when we go back and forth, that's fine. When I started this YouTube thing, I was thinking to myself, I'm a good talker. I can handle this. I can do this. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Me and YouTube ain't been doing well at all. And y'all can see by my views, you can see by my subs. And what I mean by that, mentally YouTube is dragging me down because I want to succeed. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't know how many YouTubers are gonna take. I want to be successful on YouTube, and being that I want it so bad, I want it now. And being that I've done this for a year and I got over 90 videos, which I know to y'all that's not a lot, that's really not too much of a grind, but for me it is, because I have that self-entitlement. And I felt by now I have more than what I have, and I don't want to wait. And that waiting is driving me nuts. I hope you guys understand what I just said. And if you want to comment and you guys don't agree, you guys disagree, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. What's up, dude?
I don't really have a lot to say. The service today was very eye-opening. The series this month is about losing our virtues, and it was about an attitude of gratitude, and just the things that we talked about was very, very eye-opening, and you see yourself in all the things that he discussed about being grateful for having a job and grateful for our family and friends and even the material things that we have. It's like we never have enough. We always want more than what we have. And I talked about this on Facebook the other day. Someone blessed us with a turkey over on Black Friday. We weren't expecting it. It was a fully cooked turkey, and when my niece brought it in the door, my first thought was, I can't believe my mom sent a turkey. Why did she send a turkey? I don't really eat meat like that. She sent an 18-pound turkey to our house, and there's only 4 of us who live here. What am I going to do with this turkey? I wish we had a dog. I wish we had somebody we could give this turkey to. Like, I was really annoyed about the turkey. I called my mom. I'm like, why did you send a turkey to our house? And she's like, I didn't send a turkey. And come to find out, someone else sent us a turkey. And I was, in that moment, after I got over my initial annoyance, I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, someone sent you a turkey. Like, we're always asking God to provide, always asking to have enough. Why are you not going straight? Always asking that we have enough, and God gave us enough. Yeah, we may have a refrigerator and a freezer and a cupboard full of food right now, but by eating this turkey that's going to last us probably all next week, I'm going to slice it up, I'm going to do all these different things to it to make it feel new. That's, now we still have a cabinet full of food, a refrigerator and a freezer full of food that I don't have to take out because somebody gave us a turkey. So I'm always asking for God to give us enough, to make sure we always have enough. I don't often ask for more things. I don't ask for crazy things or unrealistic things. I don't ask for vacations. I ask for enough, just enough to survive. And He always gives us enough to survive. But here I was complaining about my blessing. And that's so eye-opening and so sad and so shameful that I'm blessed and I'm complaining about the way God chose to bless me. That's just a terrible, terrible attitude and entitlement and wanting things my way. And if things aren't perfect, people complain about them. And it's really sad. I've even caught myself complaining about the type of gift someone gives me instead of just being grateful for the gift. Or I've even seen it happen to me, gifts that I've given to people, and they don't use them. They don't even call to say thank you, or use them. I go to their homes and it's not there. So you can't dictate the blessings that are given to you. You can just be grateful for them. And a childhood friend said a long time ago, expect nothing and appreciate everything. And I thought I lived my life that way, but apparently I don't in every aspect of my life. And to address something you said about feeling like you hold me back, that actually made me tear up if you saw me wiping my face over here, because I wasn't expecting this video. I wasn't expecting him to say that, and that really touched me, because you're the love of my life and I don't feel held back by you in any way. I think that we're constantly growing, and thank God that we're growing together. And that's actually something that I also pray for, that God continues to strengthen our marriage and strengthen our hearts and keep us together, intertwined in each other's lives. And there are going to be times where you're weak and I'm strong, and there's going to be times where it's the opposite and we're a team, and we have to just keep moving forward together and just love one another and respect each other. And that's all I have.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Comment, share, like, subscribe, share this video, share it with your friends, share it with your parents, share it with your whoever. And if it's something I didn't touch base on, or if it's something that I skipped around on, because I like to skip around a lot, if I skipped around on something, hit me up, comment. I'll do a video on that, or I'll just, comment you back on if it's something real quick. Maybe I jumped all over the place a little too much. That's just what I do. My mind is erratic sometimes. I don't stay put, you know what I mean? So just so you guys can understand a little bit more about me and my family and how we work and who we be, just keep watching. We're silly. We're serious a lot. We have fun. We do this, we do that. But I always keep telling you guys, I don't know, I always say it. This probably the first time I say it. But if you fall, if life knocked you down, It's your option to figure out how you want to get back up. And what I mean by that, it's your choice, whether you take it as a negative look or a positive look. So you take a deep breath and you figure out how you want to do it.
And I want you to put some links in the section below of some Bible verses that were featured today at church. One of them is Ecclesiastes verse 9. Enjoy what you have rather than desiring what you don't have. Just dreaming about nice things is meaningless, like chasing the wind. And we all desire nice things all the time, but it's when you're obsessing over them and you have to have it now, and if you don't get it now, you have this attitude and your life is just not going your way and it's the worst day ever. That's when you really need to, we all really need to check our hearts and, know that we are doing well. We are wealthy. We really are wealthy. Like, if you look at some other countries and even some people in this country, we are wealthy. We get to go on vacations. We get to ride in this car. We get to go to church. We get to not go to church if we choose that. We get to go to work. We get to see friends and family. We are wealthy, whether you want to believe it or not.
And even if you don't have your own transportation, we have public transportation. We have buses. We have cabs. We have Uber.
And you get to use it.
We got Uber. We have Lyft. Mm-hmm. So it's not all about what you don't have. You still can put food on your table. You still can go to McDonald's or Burger King. You still can do that. Whether if it's food you don't want, you still can put something in your stomach.
Yes. And our pastor Ali said today, if you don't turn your blessings into praise, it turns into pride. And I was like, whoa, that's like really good, because
I have a lot of that.
It's true. Like, when I'm blessed to get a vacation, I seriously thank God for the vacation. And everybody knows vacation's my thing. I love vacations. And I saved hard for that vacation, and I'm proud of myself. See the pride? I'm proud of myself for having a good job, being able to find the best deals and go on vacation. But in reality, God allowed that to happen for me. God allowed me this good job. God allowed me the ability to save money and not throw curveballs at every turn where I'm throwing out money here and there. God allows me to be safe and to be healthy so that I can afford the vacation and not have to pay a medical bill. God provides food on our table, even surprise turkeys. So now that's more money in my pocket, because now I don't have to go grocery shopping next week, because we still have a freezer full of food. So everything goes back to God if you realize it and you don't fight it. It's God is the reason that we have everything that we have.
You guys stay blessed. Y'all be positive, and y'all have a good holidays. And we'll keep bringing these videos. I know I haven't done any challenges or any pranks or anything like that. They coming, all right? They coming. One.
Bye.